Who am I? I'm Emma, embracing the menopause. I'm also embracing midlife, embracing life in general. And I am currently sat in one of my favourite spots in my garden and just looking out at the world. And I'm here to just tell you a little bit more about me and why I am doing a website, doing a YouTube channel, not a website. Sorry, that got me laughing because my notes just fell on the floor. But I'm not going to stop and start again. So, who am I? A little bit of a background about me. I'm now 56. Oh my God. And I've just dyed my hair. Well, gone to the hairdresser and got my hair dyed. I've decided to go copper and I'm loving it, loving it. And why have I done that? Why not? I suppose it's about doing things. Well, this is what I'm about. I want to do things that I've never done before. I want to experience life, taste life, be part of life. And why am I doing this? Because a couple of years ago, I decided that, well, I was a bit lost, to say the least. Not only was I lost, I was scared that I was getting dementia. I was forgetting all my words, which I still am, to be fair. And yeah, I was pretty scared, pretty terrified. And then I read the book Menopausing by Davina McCall, and the light almost switched on, and I felt really relieved because it was more than likely to be the perimenopause that I was going through. And so I took a deep breath and I decided that it was time to make a change. I wanted to help women to understand what they were going through. I had spent many, many years of my life being ignorant about my body, about what was going on with it, about how the hormones affected my body and affected me. And reading this book and having this wake-up call just made me feel like, shit, I've got to do something about this. I've got two daughters, two grown-up daughters and two granddaughters now, and another grandchild on the way. And I wanted to make sure that my daughters and granddaughters don't go through the same ignorance that I have gone through. Hence, I retrained to become a menopause coach. But it's not just about menopause. I'm about midlife. I'm about living your best life, moving into the next stage of your life. Because most of us will go on to live another 30 odd years after we've gone through that one day of menopause. And so I feel it's really important that we make those the best years ever. So before I became a midlife menopause coach, I was in fact a teacher. I still am a teacher. I teach languages. I teach German and Spanish and English, GCSE. Why do I do that? Because I enjoy doing it. I want to help young people as well. I was in education in schools for over 25 years. So it is a part of me. But I've decided that I want to do something a little bit different. Hence the total change in career. And I suppose that's why I've been inspired to set up this YouTube channel, because I feel that I want to share my story, share the good days and the bad days, and share my experiences, because I want to inspire others. I want to inspire women to grab life and just chuck everything at it and make the most of their lives. And also, I want them to live their best lives. I want to live my best life. Yeah. And so I feel it's really important that I do share that. As I said, I have got two grown-up daughters. I spent most of my life living in London, apart from 2 years when I went and randomly got a job living in Panama. And that was an amazing, amazing country. Rainforest, 95% of it is rainforest. And it's very eclectic. It's very different. Sorry, I just got distracted because there's my favorite site is the steam train that goes through past Goodrington Beach, where I live, in between Paignton and Kingswear. And it's just gone past. And it normally does make the choo-choo sound, but it hasn't today. But yeah, that's part of me, I feel, about part of my distractions, actually. So be prepared, be very prepared. I also love traveling. So I do like doing videos about my travels. So you might find the odd one or two of those here. In the last 4 years, 2 years, in fact, I have found art I did do O-level many years ago, just by the fact it was an O-level. And then I stopped doing art because it was choice of art or German in the college. And so I chose German. Not that I ever regret it, but now having taken up my art again, I'm just like, why didn't I still keep the art going? That was already always the intention, but it never really happened. But now I am, and I'm really excited about that because I've been able to exhibit some work, so I can't be all that bad. I've sold a little bit of my work, and I'm currently exploring my art. Well, I'm exploring my creativity and exploring the woman's journey through my art, I think is probably what I want to say. And looking at the pain and the tribulations, the excitement and the anxieties that women face, and portraying that in my work. I do also do landscapes because living in Torbay, which is now where I am based in Devon, we have some of the most beautiful, beautiful scenery. And it just warms my heart to be able to, see these views and be able to recreate them in my artwork. I work in mediums of charcoal, acrylic mainly. Although I found these pan pastels, which are just really exciting. So that's something else that I want to introduce into my YouTube channel. I'm also currently doing a nervous system regulation breathwork practitioner course. And I'm loving that. Did you know that 85% of us are not properly breathing? We should be breathing through our nose, but majority of us breathe through our chests and through our mouths. But we can easily change that. And by starting to breathe more regularly and more often through our nose, we can calm our nervous system and start to make a really big difference in how we're feeling, in our health as well, and our sleep, which is one of the biggest things that women say to me that they are suffering from: sleep and lack of energy, and then also the menobelly. It may well be, in my case, a bit of a prosecco belly, but I'm going to be doing something about it because I've decided I don't like my belly anymore. Mind you, to be fair, I've spent most of my life not liking my belly, so that's nothing new really. I've got used to the stretch marks, which I've had for the last 35 years. God, I nearly swore then. I need to remember not to swear. Anyway, this is my channel. This is what I'm about. I'm full of procrastination. I'm full of distraction. I'm full of inspiration. Everyone I work with has been inspired to move forward with their lives and do something different, do something exciting, and find their dreams and fulfill their dreams. And at the same time, they make intrinsic little changes to their day-to-day life, which makes them feel better. And that's what it's about. If you want to follow me on this journey, come with me on this journey, then you know what you need to do. I'd love you to comment below. I'd love you to watch more of my videos. I'd love you to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And ask me questions. Please ask me questions, because who knows what I'll record and video. And I'd love it to be things that you would want to know about. If you've watched this far, please like it. Please love this and watch this space. Thank you for listening.